Welcome back to another adventure. Doing a bit different this week because of the heat wave. I'm only on, it's just under 6 miles my walk is today, and I'm walking a route I've walked before, but I've not walked it in like a long time. It was like when I first started photography, when I did this walk. It is a place called Rutland Water, and as you can see, the big lake. It's a pretty big lake, and I'm walking on one side of it today, and I'm going to be walking to the church, if anyone knows the Rutland Water Church. And my plan is, because usually I do my walk through the day, this walk's actually a bit later on, and I'm hoping to get there for sunset, so you can actually see the church from here, but you're probably not going to see it from my camera. But it's just under 6 miles to walk, so when I get there it should be close to sunset, and I'm going to be doing some long exposure photography today as well, what you've not seen me do before. I obviously know how to do it, but I've never done it on any of my videos, so let's see how we get on. I'd give you a bit of an update. It's been quite a peaceful walk. I've got to some of the busy parts now, so it's quite crowded. I've not took any photos yet. I did see one little photo, but I didn't like it, so I didn't bother filming it. But I'm going to mention one thing. I've not walked here, and I've not walked this route in probably it's probably coming close to 6 years. And I've got one thing I can actually say. It's a nice little walk, but I don't know if it's just they don't have the staff anymore to look after the place, but there's so much rubbish everywhere, and it's actually quite depressing because it's actually a nice place. I just walked through one of the busy areas, and there's literally just cans and confetti, and there's just like loads of stuff just everywhere all over the floor. It's like, it just looks like it's been there in a long time. It's like, look like there's just lack of respect for the place as well, from the locals or whoever comes here all the time. I used to come here quite regularly when I first started photography. I don't come here as much as I used to, but I'm usually at the church side, and I'm on the far side from the church at the minute. I'm probably about halfway there, but yeah, I just want to say it's just not looking as good as it used to, and there's just a lot of rubbish everywhere. It's just a bit sad that the place is just not getting looked after, but let's carry on. I've probably got 1.5 miles left. We've just got to walk across the dam and then down one big long path to the church. I don't know if you're going to have to see the church in the video, but I can see it's over there. And I feel like the photos today is just going to be all of the church. I've not took one photo yet. I've just been disappointed with how messy all this route is. But I can see some trees across there. Well, I might have to get some shots of when I get onto that path. But let's see how we get on. We are officially at the dam wall now, so we're on the last little stretch. I'm not really enjoying this walk, I'm going to be honest. It's very busy. Obviously it doesn't look busy on here because all the busy spots are all like the car park areas, and it's just a disgrace how people are looking after these areas. Like, I just walked through 2 fields just a second ago, and literally just covered in litter, barbecue burnt patches on the floor everywhere. when did people start losing respect for places? Because like I said before, like 5 or 6 years ago, this was such a lovely area. It was like no rubbish anywhere. Just quite depressing really, because some of the nice areas we have local are just trashed. And like, it seems like you've got to travel a lot of distance just to go and walk around a nice area. Because like these little parts here are perfect because no one comes on them. Literally there's no one on this path. And it's like probably about half a mile along this path and there's literally no one on it. But yeah, so I'm being a bit of an old grumpy man today. But when I start getting some photos at the church, I'll start getting a bit happy. And see if we can get a good sunset tonight. Let's crack on. Finally made it to Normanton Church. Hope I'm saying that right, probably ain't. I'm useless at saying things. This is where I learnt how to do long exposures. So, and I've done loads of photos of this place. If you go and check out any of my websites or any of my social medias, you would see pictures of this place. When I first started photography, this is where I learnt how to do long exposures. I literally learnt how to do long exposures all myself, didn't YouTube it out, just learnt it myself. But obviously it's still over an hour yet till sunset, so I've got plenty of time just to chill and wait around. I'm probably going to do blue hour as well. But yeah, let's see how it goes. Right, I'm just going to look around for some kind of comp. I'm not a big fan of all the green stuff on the floor, but I'm sure I'll cope. Oh. Oh. Let's change the big lens. Put my 24mm lens on. And let's see what I can get. Right, let's try and find a comp. I might just go straight with that, to be fair. I need to get my tripod nice and low though. I need to get my filters on. Don't think we ever see me use this tripod in my recent videos. I haven't needed it. Didn't stop. Rocks make me trip a lot. I'm putting my 10 stop filter on. Just need to set up the comp. Still need to go a lot lower to the ground. I'm using the kind of the coastline as a leading line around to it. Just leveling my tripod out. Right, now I need to focus. I don't usually focus on a lot of my videos because most of my photos are usually just with my big lens and I'm just auto focusing. Everything else is manual. Nice and sharp. I'm planning on looking to invest in some new filters. I've had my filters quite a while now and they're a bit scratched. It's worse now than it did the last time I used it. It's fair, I've not used it in a while. Let's see if I've got to get my cable out. Because it might actually be longer. Actually, no, it's still pretty bright out. I'm getting glare on it. Is that actually on my lens? Hang on. Right, first shot is a f11, 20 seconds, 50 ISO on my f11, I think I said already. See how that shot comes out. If it's any good, here it is. I'll show you the combo I'm going for. There's a few rocks in the foreground and there's like a big leading line going all the way around up to the building. I'm going to try and find some better rocks because all the rocks what are getting like hit by the waves are all really small. I'm just trying to see if I can spot some bigger ones. I have looked in the back of the camera at some of those shots already. They are alright. I don't know if I want to do like a 3-minute long exposure or not, just to get those, because the clouds are moving very slow, so it's hard to get them to look blurry at like 20 seconds long, but I'll see. I'm set up with this comp and I'm trying 30-second long exposures, f11. I'm still waiting for sunset, so I'm just doing some trial shots. Oh, someone just literally walked into my frame. Comp's pretty straightforward. Just lead in line with the shoreline. Doing 30 seconds. Going to try and pop another one off in a second. I do quite like that actually. And try another 30 seconds. Composition's pretty straightforward. If you're interested in ND filters, I've got a 10 stop and a soft grad. Well, it's only a 3, and that's probably like pretty much halfway pushed in. But I definitely will be putting some of my old photos. Well, I've took here before because I've took hundreds of photos of here. Tonight's photos will be pretty average. It's not going to be amazing, I don't think. I'm not going to lie, I've took some brilliant photos here before. They do have lights on the church, but they don't always have them turned on. So have a look at that photo, it's just finished. Oh. Yeah, it's quite smart. I might just take a little bit of that shoreline off. Stick it a bit more up. Try again. Right, if the shot's any good, here it is. back on the handheld now. I just tried some not as long shutter speeds. I was on like 5 seconds. And I was using my 3-stop filter instead of my 10-stop. I think I was liking the ones with the shorter speed. Well, the shorter length. Like 3 seconds. But if the shots are any good, yeah they are. Just to get the church in frame in the camera was pretty hard. I'm actually pretty far away from my camera I'm filming on, so I'm hoping my mic still works. It should do, but I'm potentially going to get my cable shutter so I can do longer than 30 seconds. Try and do a bit longer than 30 seconds. I've done shutter speeds of about 3 minutes of this before. I do want to try and get some star photography here where it's like spirals of stars, but it's like all very long. I have to do those shots and take a long time to shoot. Right. One thing I like about not using an L bracket anymore, it's not hard to plug this in. When I used to have an L bracket on my camera, it used to be so hard to plug in my cables. Looks like my shutter cable was turned on while it's been in the bag and it's killed the battery on it. I don't know if I've got any batteries with me or not. Have a quick look. Doesn't look like I have. So it looks like no long shutter speeds. Oh, that's annoying. No, I ain't got any. I have to not bother. Oh, the sky's starting to kick off a bit better now. Now it's just basically just keep snapping away till I feel like the sky's gone the best it goes. If the drops are any good, here they are. If I'm going to take my last couple of shots, if they're any good, I'll put them on. But I think I'm going to call it a day now. Hope you enjoyed the little adventure today. The walk was pretty terrible, but the last little bit of the photos, pretty fun. So, and I'm going to add some of my old photos on this video. So if you enjoyed, I'll catch you in the next one.